everyone, it's Thursday 24th of April and I'm in Battersea Park Road. You can see the clinic behind me and I'm here for all day today and tonight, tomorrow Friday and night time, and all day Saturday. Come be home late Saturday night, and yeah, it's animal clinic this Saturday morning again, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm due to have a hyperbaric and 2 red lights, so I'm going to go in now and get all my stuff in my locker. Should have a little locker and get my food in the fridge, so I bring some like salads and stuff with me to eat, and then we'll undertake this session. And thank you very much, and I'll try and find something to take a picture of this time. And I'll report to you later. Thank you so much again for all your support and generosity. Thank you so much. Hi everybody, it's 6:15 p.m. on Wednesday 24th, and I've been in the E-room since 11 o'clock this morning. I've had red light treatment, and before I did the red light treatment I took my methylene blue. I ended up with kind of blue teeth and a blue tongue, but what the hell, you know. And because that's supposed to increase the effectiveness of the red light treatment, so I did that, and I did my Dr. Joe dispenser meditations and my other visualizations in that while I was on that red light as well. And yeah, I've been reading through week 4 of Dr. Joe Dispenza's course, and I've got a bit of an headache now, to be honest. It's yeah, it's quite deep, and been writing down all things that I want to be, new personality that I want to be, and this is all to, you know, relieve myself of self-limiting emotions that are embedded in the body and so forth, all to do with my health. So I can probably see I've got really red cheeks, because every time I come out the E-room it definitely makes me heat up inside, and quite, even when it's quite cold in there, I still come out with quite red cheeks. And I'm just going to go in a detox bath now, so I'll be even redder after that. A few things I don't know if I've mentioned before. Actually put my glasses back down so I won't be able to read any of it. I've written down here to remember. Each time I come I bring some of my crystals from home, and because there was a lady who comes in and she brought her crystals, and they're all underneath the chair, and she was telling me how they charge up crystals, which I should have guessed really, because this is an E-system crystal around my neck, and obsidian, and it charges up every time I come, and it stays charged up from America for quite some time. So, but anyway, this lady, she brought her crystals, and so I started to bring some of mine, crystal jewellery in my case, and a couple of crystals from home each time. And I've noticed just how really shiny they look and gleaming when I get them home, so that's quite interesting. Then I was reading some more about, well actually I was listening to a podcast with Mark Devlin and Howdy Mikowski and another guy, I can't remember his name, who was interviewing them. It's about soul traps and stuff. Hi Sandra. There's somebody that I know has just arrived. Come in. Yeah, long as I'm just recording myself. And yeah, about recapitulation of your life and going over from when you were born, from what you can remember your whole life, and going through each thing that affected you or might have affected you or traumatized you in your life. Might have spoken about this before, but Mark Devlin said that he's doing that as well. It takes quite a long time to do. And took Howdy Mikowski years to do, like 4 years when he did the first one, but you can do it quicker, I guess. And Mark definitely was saying that he's doing it, and he's keeps a book. He keeps a book, and he's starting from a baby, from whatever he can remember, anything that might have affected you negatively that you're holding in your energy system still. So I might start, I've done a lot of that, but I might start a book and start recording all that down and going back from when I'm a baby. Sorry, need my glasses again. Now, another thing I've been reading about today is about creating a new identity, becoming a new personality, so you're no longer emotionally anchored to self-limiting emotions. It was Dr. Joe Dispenza. He was talking about if you create a new personality and you get rid of all these self-limiting emotions, how you become a new personality, and so you're effectively creating a new life, a new identity. I thought that was quite interesting, so I might start. So if you've a new identity, then you produce a new reality. So I need to produce a new reality, one where I haven't got cancer in it. So that's why I'm reading all this stuff and trying to rid myself of all these self-limiting emotions and put something better in its place and create a greater existence for myself. That's what I'm kind of reading it all for. So I might think of myself as a different person. I might even give myself mentally a different name. So I think about that. What else did I want to say? Oh yeah, a lot of personal stuff has been happening today while I've been here. I've been dealing with, so I've been trying to stay like neutral and not get upset, even though I was upset. Because as I was reading in my books, that's not being very loving to yourself. So we need to be more loving to ourselves, and maybe that's a cause of why we're ill as well. And then I'm doing week 4, Dr. Joe Dispenza, to add on to my meditations. At the minute I've done introduction and how to relax down and get to an alpha state, and then to get rid of self-limiting emotions. I've been doing that for quite a number of weeks. And then week 4 is creating, rehearsing and memorising the new you that you want to be. So it's been quite a lot of heavy questions. How do I see myself being in the future? How do I want to act, feel? How do I want to feel? What would I feel if I was like this? And it's quite hard going. Again, of all the things you want to change in your life and bring into your life. And he was saying that if you think, feel and act differently, you're creating a new reality, a new you. So for example, he said energetically, if you were being, say, guilty, you were feeling guilty because you're actually being it. So he's saying if you're embodying it without realizing, really subconsciously, because your body memorized the mind state of guilt from a past experience or trauma or upset, then you probably received whatever you were being. You were evoking more guilty situations, so you need to get rid of those emotions so you don't evoke more similar situations on yourself. You don't know you're doing that, but you're doing it subconsciously. And how your being memorizes emotion, and how you must free yourself from the past memories, looking towards a freed up future. So you actually freeing up the energy to create a new and better and greater existence for yourself. And he said, like, you can't be a new personality if you're still being the old one. So that was quite interesting, just some interesting comments there. And how you see the new you, then your new destiny in your mind in pictures, and this creates vibrational blueprints by seeing pictures in the mind of your new destiny. I just thought it was quite interesting, so I'm just giving you a little bit of insight into what I'm reading and doing and trying to do while I'm here. So I'm going to go in the detox bath now. Say hello to my friend Sandra. And get hotter and hotter and get ready for have something to eat, and then get ready for night time in the E-room. So I thank you all very much. Thank you very much. Only here because of you. Thank you. I am back again. It's 6:30 in the evening. I've not long come out of the EE room, been in there most of the day, or since about 11 o'clock, and I've had the hyperbaric oxygen today. Still can't hear. My hearing's affected in my left ear. I always get this. Had a lot of pain, the hyperbaric oxygen in my left ear when I first started. I don't get pain so much now, but I get my ear's definitely affected, my left ear, and then I can't hear properly for a few hours after, well, quite a few hours after, and then it goes off, sometimes for a day. So that was that, and you can see marks on my face where I've had the oxygen mask on in the hyperbaric chamber, because that's quite tight against your nose. Yeah, felt lots of things in the E room again, and last night pulsing in my neck, pulsing, and headache all the time, and I can definitely feel stuff going on. Got to sleep easier last night, but I was still awake every 2 or 3 hours, and I've only had one night where I slept really through, I think, here. But I went back to sleep easy enough, and it didn't really feel exhausted this morning. So I've just met someone here who I've met before, so that'll be nice to stay in tonight. There's quite a lot of people tonight staying, and yeah, I'm going to write down a few things to try and tell you. I've got to put glasses on again, can't see otherwise. And after the E, when I woke up this morning, I had that blurred vision again. That was really weird, and I wake up and I can't see properly after all the frequencies. So I've only had that a couple of times, but I definitely had that again this morning. It's gone now, but I definitely had it. Now, I want to mention something. It's not to do with my cancer or this GoFundMe, but I just want to mention it quickly. It's to do with an injury I had to my right arm when I was working in the Royal Mail Centre just after COVID, to earn some money because I couldn't work, and subsequently, in a nutshell, I got an injury in there. I got a static electric shock injury to my arm, and the union law firm, because I was part of the union, have been dealing with this for the last couple of years, and I thought it was just about to go to court, and they'd done a U-turn on me and let me down at the last minute. It's got a 3-minute stay at court, so I've got very little time to sort out another solicitor or whatever. But I just wanted to ask everybody, if you know anyone that's worked at Royal Mail centres that sort parcels and letters, anyone across the country, Royal Mail saying they don't know that anyone else has been hurt in this way. Very difficult to believe. So if I can find someone that knows anything about being injured in this way, and they will contact me, I'll be very, very, very grateful for someone to contact me on my privately to contact me. And actually my phone number, I don't mind giving it out, is 07976 365 472, and that's for my massage and reflexology and Reiki and far infrared light business I'm still doing on a very, very part-time basis now. If anyone can help me with that, I'll be truly grateful. I've got very little time to find someone. If I can find someone, I can turn that all round. So thank you very much. Now I wanted to read something. Got to put my glasses on again to do that. So I'm reading this book. You know that I've been saying to you about trying to affect my body and do everything that I can with my mind to positively affect my body and understand what might be happening to me on a different level, on an energetic level or reality level, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I just wanted to read this out quickly. I hope you don't mind. Just thought you might be interested. This made me think. Right, it says, a man became disappointed to find out that his favourite hardware store was closing. The entire block the store was on was being torn down to make way for a new parking lot. He went to the farewell party where the old customers came in for one last look around the shop and to pick up the last of the tools the owner did not want to take after closing. The man sort of stayed away from that part of town, no longer enjoying seeing the parking lot where his favourite store used to be. 4 or 5 years later, he needed a tool for some work he was doing around the house when he mentioned to his wife how disappointed he was that his old favourite store was no longer here. And she said, "What do you mean?" The man reminded his obviously confused wife about his store being torn down 5 years ago and him having to shop in other places. "What do you mean? I drove past there yesterday." She said, "There's no parking lot." Now, somewhat upset at this impasse that was happening, the man, to prove a point, drove with his wife to show her the parking lot. Of course, as you can guess, the store and the entire block was there. He went in, the same owner was still there. The man asked the owner, "Didn't this all get torn down 5 years ago to build a parking lot?" "What? No, nothing like that ever happened. Remember, they talked about it one time but then decided against it. You should know that. You were in last week to buy a new crosscut saw." The man, of course, when looking at home later, found no crosscut saw. He was very confused. He was sure he had not hallucinated or dreamed the experience of the store closing. As he began to research, he found hundreds of other people with similar strange stories. He began to speculate that somewhere along the way, two realities merged. He moved from a reality when the store was torn down to a reality where the store never was. Of course, he began to wonder, well, what else is now different in his world than was before? Why should we think that this reality is the only reality and this self is our only self? My good friend Dave had a similar story of stopping at a restaurant along the highway one night with the cheapest prices and friendliest service he had ever experienced from an older German couple. He recalled that the entire thing was odd and how he was the only one in what he called the best restaurant deal ever. The next time along this highway, he again stopped to eat there, but now the place was closed and looked as if it had been abandoned for decades. So when did he actually stop at that cafe for dinner? The year he drove home, or 20 years in the past? Yeah, it's made me think more. And let's go to the next page. So yeah, it's made me think, is reality solid? Is it a mirage? Is it a dream? You know, what is it? What actually is reality? And can you exist in parallel universes? Are we existing in those parallel universes? And if we are, then maybe I haven't got cancer in another parallel universe. What does that mean? What does that mean for me now? What does that mean about my body now in this reality? And there's a good quote that says, if you accept that all of this is an illusion that we live in, reality, without including yourself, you have made the classic spiritual mistake. Meaning, if we think we live in an illusion, we are part of that illusion. This existence, this that we see in the mirror in front of us. I don't know. It's just made me think, what am I? What am I? What is this body? And how can I affect this body? What's affecting this body? And can I do something else about it? You know, what am I? What is this bloody cancer? Anyway, hope you don't mind me reading that to you. Want to thank you all for allowing me to be here, and truly grateful. And I'm going to eat now, go back in the e-room, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. I'm looking forward to the morning because the doggies are coming, yay, to get treated, and that was really lovely last time. So I might even see little Bard, who he recovered from his strokes and can walk now. I hope so. I'll speak to you in a bit. Hi everybody, it's Saturday, 7:15 p.m, Saturday the 26th of April. Got Clapham Junction behind me. I'm on my way home now, and didn't do as many videos this time because I've done 28 hours in the E room, 1 hyperbaric oxygen, 2 red lights, and then when I got in the E room yesterday, I was all fine in the day yesterday. Got in the E room yesterday evening, and I noticed a gentleman had his phone in there. So I said, you know, you need to put that in your locker, kind of thing. I know the gentleman. Keep in touch with him. Yeah, he's lovely. And he said he would. He shouldn't really have had the phone in there. Don't really know why you can't have devices in there, but you can't. I think it interferes with frequency or something. But anyway, I had the most horrendous night that I've had so far. I just didn't sleep at all. So I don't know. I think I probably had 1 hour sleep. I was awake all the time, and I had loads of things happening to me. God, I felt really quite unwell, and I had to get up numerous times. Woke up numerous times, couldn't get asleep, tossing and turning, stomach ache, headache. I felt sick, felt just odd, felt just ill. Was reading and then couldn't read anymore, and then went downstairs, got a drink in the middle of the night, and on it went until I got about an hour's sleep in the morning. When I got up, didn't feel good, and I noticed that this gentleman still had his phone under his bed, which was literally 2 foot from my head all night. So weren't too pleased about that, and I don't know whether it affected me, because that's the only thing different. I mean, I've spent so numerous nights there, and I've never felt so ill. Really ill, and I was ill in the morning. Tried to have the detox bath, could only stand 10 minutes of it. Was nearly fainting. I don't think I've ever fainted, but I thought I was going to faint. Felt weak, sick. So yeah, I haven't had a good time with it, and I thought, quite honestly, this morning I might have to come home, but ploughed on and ploughed. I couldn't eat, couldn't take my pills, couldn't rub the magnesium oil on me. I couldn't do anything. I felt so weak. My legs were like jelly, and I felt so weak. So anyway, subsequently I said about the phone in the room, and the gentleman was told and everything, but and he was so apologetic to me. Said he's so sorry numerous times, and that he fell asleep and he didn't realise. And so yeah, well, I don't know what it was, but if it was that's how I was affected anyway. So I was been affected all day. Still don't feel very good now, and I just laid down the back of the E room, throbbing headache. And then the doggies were coming in, but quite honestly I felt so ill, I didn't really care. But anyway, the doggies come in, it cheered me up, and I met 4 doggies, and they were all just wonderful. And one was, got a picture of one, that's Dolly, and she was, I'm going to read this out, she was a Yorkie Jack Russell Cross. She was 14, and she had a chronic nasal abscess, and it was really bad, and the vet wanted to operate, and the owner took her to a holistic vet and took her to the E room. She's been crying quite a number of times, every couple of weeks, and she hasn't got the abscess anymore. She don't need an operation, so that's fantastic. So she was sitting with me, Dolly, she's lovely. And then a little Maltese came in called Freya. What a tiny little white Maltese, so sweet. It was 14, and she was sitting with me as well, and I was sitting next to the owner, who was absolutely lovely lady. And she's asking me why I was there, and I was telling her about all you kind people who have donated the money so I could be there, and she was just amazed. Anyway, I found out later that she went to reception, and she actually paid for another load of days, hours for me to go into the E-room. How just amazing is that? I don't even know the lady, but I've got a number because I had a real connection with her and her little dog. And well, that's just incredible, isn't it? Just incredible kindness. Really warmed my heart. How amazing is that? How generous you've all been, and how generous that lady was. I might swap that into hyperbarics and red lights, I don't know yet, but that's amazing. So I can have more of those for my scan dates now. That's just brilliant. And yeah, she was bleeding, you know, wee little Freya, so she was going to the vet, so I hope she's all right, so I'll have to find out and I'll let you know. And then Kimmy came in, and she was a small, like, Dulux dog, and she was with a lady that comes in anyway on her own. She was just really, really funny, and she was just like, I was stroking her, and then she would bark, and her owner said that's because you need to rub her belly. So I was rubbing her belly, and I got them all a bowl of water, and when the mums went to the toilet, they said, could you look after Dolly, could you look after Freya? And that was just really wonderful for me, because I just love dogs. And then Elvis came in. Oh my God, Elvis, how beautiful is he? He was 12, and he was a I don't know what you call them, with the flat noses, can't remember, little pug, like not a pug, little bull terrier. And oh, he was just adorable. And he sat with me as well while his mum went to the loo, and so that perked me up a bit, to be honest. It perked me up quite a bit. And then they went eventually, and I just went back to sleep on the sofa at the back of the E-room, and I did sleep, so thank God for that. I did sleep for a little while, but still didn't feel good at all. Supposed to have the red light at 1 o'clock, but I felt too ill. Eventually had it about 3:30. Took methylene blue with me this time, so I took methylene blue before I went on the red light, so it's supposed to make it more powerful. I could definitely feel the tumour and the lymph nodes just like throbbing and pulsing. I could feel that under the red light machine. And yeah, then I went back in the EE room, and back on the sofa, and yeah, and hadn't eaten all day, couldn't eat, felt too sick. I've just eaten an apple and some yogurt and stuff. I feel a little bit better, but I still don't feel at all right, so I'll be glad to get home. So I'm just going to get on the train now. Hope I have a straightforward journey home. Get on the train, and it's another 28 hours, so that's brilliant. And I'm here next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, day, night. And the Battersea Park Clinic offered me a free night because of the phone incident, and because I was unwell. Don't know whether from it or not, but they kindly offered me that, so I might add that on next week or another week, I don't know. So that's good. So thank you all again, thank you very, very much. I'm going to jump on the train now, and please share as much as you can my GoFundMe link, if you would still, and people are still donating little bits, and that's fantastic. And I'm so truly grateful, and I'm going to get on the train, get on my bed when I get home, and hopefully feel a lot better tomorrow. And much love to you, and I will speak to you next week. Okay, take care, and thank you so much.